Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Freedom Salas, and I'm here to do a market overview and update, right? So, it's Monday today, new day, new week. Let's mark our levels, right? Let's get these right. Here we are. Right, all these charts that you're going to see today, right now, they're going to be on my Google Sheet, right? Let me bring the Google Sheet. Here it is. You're going to see the trading journal, what's your target, Gangster Fib, and if you go to the one before the last one, the chart, here you have the links, right? You click on them, and if you click here, it's going to take you direct to the chart of what I see. So here's your chart, and if I do something on my trading view, just for a little fun here, so let me put a little happy face there. If I go to the web browser, the link that I opened, you see that little face is up there. So whatever I do, okay, it's going to be automatically updated. So these links for you, they're going to be always static, right? These links don't change, but the content is dynamic. It changes automatically, okay? So I'm going to delete the little face there, and it's going to go. So whatever I do here, you're going to see the update version always. All you have to do is just go and click the link, right? So Bitcoin today, Monday, the 25th of November. Let's have a look what's going on. Right. Let's have a look. Here we are. Okay. It dropped a little bit on Sunday, so that gave a little bit of panic to the people. But if you look to the left, you had some imbalances. So if I go to 12 hours, it will be more easy for you to see. Here we are. So here's a 12-hour, and you see that we have a huge, massive wick that it came back, revisit that area, trying to clear that imbalance, and because it shifted so quickly, it created another imbalance for the second time. So you have a primary imbalance, and then you have a secondary imbalance, and then it came down to clear these imbalances. And after that, it cleared these imbalances, it's heading towards the upside. So where is the next target? Okay, most likely after that, it cleared the imbalance, so it rebalanced the market. The next target will be up here, where it's going to be the liquidity. Okay, so where do you find liquidity? How do you find liquidity? Well, when the price market moves in waves, right? Every swing high, swing low, do expect to find liquidities, right? And let me do a practical explanation about this. Why? Because the market is moving up. Something happened up here. Major orders, right? And it changed the direction. So it shifted. Okay, so something big happened here. So, aka, it could be, mass orders with stop losses. Okay, so you have entries, and above that you have stop losses. So you have two events here. Okay, so you need to understand that you have liquidity up here, and as it was going down, same thing happened again. It repeated itself. Something happened here. Mass of orders at the same time, the same price, shifted the price to go the other way direction, and also you have entries and stop losses. So these two events are liquidity. So you have liquidity here, liquidity there, same here, and when it's going to turn around, you're going to have some liquidity here. So if we shift it very fast, okay, it creates imbalances, so the market will come back to the imbalance to rebalance the market, and then the next target will be liquidity. So either it's going to be this one, or either it's going to be that one. Okay, this is the general rule of how the markets move. Okay, and the market makers and the institutions, they're trying to identify where imbalance is and where liquidity is. So you have liquidity up here, you have some liquidity down here, and you have more liquidity down there, and you have some liquidity up here. So I assume that liquidity over here has been taken out, right? So the price went up, so this liquidity has been taken out. So what is left unattached, so to say, unmitigated, is that area here. Okay, so you have let's say, a liquidity around 88, okay, around this areas. Also down here as well, 86. So you have 88, 86, and 85, okay. So 85, 86, and 88, and above here around 99, 100, okay. So to put that in test, let's see if we understood correctly. Let's go to CoinGlass. I'm sidetracking a little bit. I'm supposed to do the update, but it's always a good idea to explain the thought, the process, so people can understand. So let's go to liquidation heat map. I'm choosing model number 2, then I'm going to symbol, then I'm going to Bitcoin. And let's have a look. You see, there is some liquidity up here, 99, 100. So let's go a little bit higher on the time frame because I need to see further back. I would like to see further back in the price. Okay. And let's see if we can see anything in 85. You see, you have something around 98. You have something in 91-ish. Okay, so around the 90. So you have liquidity here. Okay, it's building up. Why? As the price was going higher, so more people decided to go long. You have some liquidity there. Further down, 85. Okay, so remember we said 86, 88, right, and 100. So this is liquidity for you. Can I go a bit really higher? Let's have a look if we can give some contrast on the chart. Here we are. 86, this liquidity there, and 84, 85, there's another liquidity over there. Okay, and up here to 100. You see on the left, the previous ones that have been taken out. That's why I said there was another liquidity there, but it's taken out. But the ones below, that the price has never came back, there is some liquidity. So that's liquidity there as well, 91-ish, right? And then you see a sudden move. Why? It was a downtrend, and then you move to the up. So a lot of people had a point of interest here. The same thing happened here, a massive correction and then push up. So you can see here it's building up, and as time goes by, they're building more liquidity down here. It means more entries. And if the price is up here and the liquidity is building down here, it means they go on low leverage. Okay, so that is liquidation price. They will get liquidated when the price is going to come down. How come can you build an ongoing price action when the price action is up to 100? How can you increase liquidity? If I put my mouse there, you can see that it says 610 million. But if I put my mouse there, it's only 375. How come? Right? While the price is still going pushing up, how come this liquidity has been building up? That is because people are entering somewhere along the line, right, with low leverage, and the liquidation price is too far away from them. Okay? If there was a high leverage entries, the liquidity will build up a bit higher. Okay, the higher the leverage, the liquidity price is going to be closer to your entry. That's why it's quite dangerous. You need to you need to think about that risk. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Right. So yeah. So you need to understand and you need to know what's going on with the markets, right? So they go from imbalance to liquidity, liquidity to imbalance. You just don't know which direction it's going to go, okay? But you do know that you need to find where is the next imbalance, okay? So that was a quick move to the up. It created imbalance, the price came back, okay? People pay attention that it came back to rebalance. What they've done, they went with long orders. So that's why from this point onwards, liquidity was building up. And what happened? The market dived in to grab this liquidity. Okay? So this is a principle. Okay? So if you understand this, I'm telling you, you're gonna have better days in trading. Okay? I promise you. It's it's the psychology. You need to understand what's going on with the markets, why it's moving, when it's moving, how it's moving. Okay, I mean, trying to understand the wicks. Why do you have a huge wick here? Why do you have a huge wick here? Because let's say advanced traders or experienced traders, they were waiting for the price to come down to rebalance the market, right? And since they've seen this, they went all in. And that's why you have a major, huge wicks, because the price pushed up very quickly again. Okay? So now you know roughly whereabouts do you expect? You have a liquidity up there, and you have liquidity around 90-ish. So that's the area of 90, 89, 88, and 86 as well. We've seen that on the heat map. Okay, so let's go back. Let me expand these lines, make it a bit cleaner for you. Expand that a little bit, move to the side. Thank you very much. Go down to, I don't know, 90 minutes. It's quite nice time frame for me. So what do we have? Sunday night, right, evening, before the Asia open, we have a push around 2 o'clock. This is my 2 o'clock candle. Asia pushed a little bit to the down, clear the imbalance, right? It pushed to the up, clear the imbalance, and now it's pushing and breaking the previous high. So what do we have here? Maybe a reversal. Why? Because this is the lowest part. This is your first high low. And what do you need? You need a second high low. That will be a cheeky entry, and you need to see a continuation. You need to break the previous highs, okay, for us to be looking for reversals. Okay, so this is what I see for Bitcoin. I see Bitcoin, it can go into two directions. There is liquidity up here, there is liquidity down there, okay, even further down. So there is a possibility that the markets will move either direction. Okay, so if you see a reversal, if you believe that's going to be a reversal, it's holding like 95.8, is holding like a support. Okay, that's not a problem. If you believe that, you need to see a continuation, right? You need to see at least 2 high lows and 2 high highs. This is a 4-point system. This is a condition, what I call a 4-point system, is for the reversals. What do I need? I mean, if it's a downtrend, I need a low, okay, which is normal to the downtrend. So this is a high, this is a low high, lower high. Okay, this is a low, 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 low. So that is normal. That does not concern me. When it's pushing to the up and breaking structure, you're like, oh, hello there. What are you trying to do here? Okay, so you broke structure and you push to the uppers. Okay, I see you. Now I have a new high, which is a high high. Okay, that's your first point. And then it comes down, and now it's giving you the first low high. Sorry, the other way around. Let me do this correctly. Higher, low. Okay, so it is. It's higher, low. So now you have half of the 4-point system. You've got 2 points, right? You need another pair, exactly the same one, right? Another one. So what do you need? You need to come up, create a second high high, and then come down and create a second high low. So when you're gonna have 2 high highs and 2 high lows, this is a 4-point system, right? So when you get this, you have a confirmation. When you have complete 4 systems, you have a confirmation. So let me draw this. Sidetracking again. So let me pretend this. Let me fix this. So here we are. So it's coming down, right? So let's pretend it's coming down. Comes down, and then comes up, push up. So it breaks the previous high. It's giving you a high low, a high high, a high low, right? So let me mark the 4 points. Number 1, number 2, right? Number 3, and number 4. The confirmation will be, I'm going to do that with a different color. The confirmation, no, I need a line, thank you. So the confirmation will be, if I see the last move, and let me do it a bit thicker, let me do a cyan, right? The confirmation will be when I get continuation, and I'll do this with a nice white color. So you have the 4-point system, the dots, right? So you have a normal low, which is part of the downtrend. No alarms here. This is the moment when you say, oh, I see you, right? Why? It broke structure. It goes higher. It's giving you the first high low. So you have a high, 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 low. Second high, high, second high, low. So this is the 4-point system in progress. And when the price is breaking structure of the second high low, this is confirmation. Here, you get confirmed that reversal is done. Okay, this downtrend is over. You have a confirmed reversal, and from this point onwards, you can go with more confidence, with higher probabilities, right, of moving further up. You can have a cheeky entry here, as long you monitor this and you know that it's going to be a little bit tricky when you see a bounce and it's coming up, and then you say, oh, this looks like a second high low, looks like, right? It's not confirmed. Why? You need to break structure. But if you want to have a cheeky entry, you can have a cheeky entry, go in, and then when you get confirmation that you hold in support, then you say, okay, I'm going to add to it. Okay, this is the 4-point system, right? Like driving lessons, right? The 3-point turn. You need a 4-point turn to the chart for you to have a reversal. Right, okay, cool. So here's the chart. It's a downtrend, and you have the moment here, right? And you monitor it. You have a low, first high, first high low. You need to see continuation. You need to see a second high and a second high low, right? So it needs to break and clear above 98,268. Okay, this is for Bitcoin today. So let's carry on. I'm going to save this. So since I clicked saved, now your link is been updated. Okay, so let's go next. Let's find ETH. Let's have a look what ETH is doing. Here we are, ETH. Hello, ETH. Right, okay, it pushed on Thursday, right? And then it tried, you know, the major problem was around here. We need to break up over the 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the red line. It had some difficult time, but when it managed to find the support, it kicked itself up and it went up to 3372, and it was bouncing in this area, and this is where we are now. So you have a low, a high low. Okay, you have a high and a high. Okay, comes down. Equal? No, it's not equal because all the bodies are closed here. So you have a higher low, but the problem now is you don't have a high. So you're like, okay, we stalling a little bit here. What's going on? So let me expand this to the right. Here we are. Let me expand that to the right. So we need today, or this week, we need to see Ethereum holding above 3372, right? We need to hold here support and then push up to get a high. And then you're going to see, okay, we got unstuck from these areas, okay? So it's like a major range, okay? Here's a small range. Well, not small, but it's taking like 1, 2, 2.5 lanes here, or zones, whatever you want to call it. So it needs to stay above 3372, okay? And you need to break 3435 to see a continuation, right? You need to hold this as support, which is gonna like claiming. You can see that it claims this level. It's a good sign. Now it's trying to claim this level. That's a good sign, but you need to see a continuation, right? You need to see claiming this level, and then it's gonna come back again. But you don't want to go as deep as before, right? You don't want to come back to these levels. Maybe you want to test this 343 as a support, right? It's going to come up, come down here, and then carry on. Okay, this is the general idea. Overall, you are in an uptrend. Okay, don't ignore that. You are in an uptrend. I mean, look at that. Okay, I'm going to put a trend line here for you to see. We are in an uptrend. In an uptrend, you always have corrections. So that is the correction phase, consolidation, small manipulation, push to the up, right? Consolidation is going to come down a little bit, maybe a little manipulation, maybe, right? If it's going to play out, if it doesn't print a high, then maybe it's going to come down to give you equal lows and then push higher, okay? Just with the help of the trend line. But here are your horizontal levels. Here's your level price levels that you need to monitor. We need to hold 33 as support. Next, save. Let's go to another one. I don't know. Let's go in one way. Okay, AVAX. Let me update AVAX. Okay, it cleared above the 50%, which is the 34.7. It pushed all the way up Friday, Saturday, and then on Saturday it came down, and Saturday weekend it came down, find support on 39. Okay, and then it's trying to push up. Now, what do you have here? This is a 90-minute time frame, a very solid time frame for the bodies to have a confirmation. So 39, it is support, right? No doubt about it. Now it's trying to claim this level 41.22. It failed a little bit, small deviation, and then trying to reclaim it, say, no, I'm not going down. So what do you have technically? You have a low, you have your first high low, you have a high high, you broke structure. I see you, just about, barely, but it is a break of structure. Come down, it's pushing, you broke that structure again, so it's trying to print a new high high, and then later it's going to come down here, maybe 41. You would like to see holding support in order for you to have your second higher low, and that will be your cheeky entry, and break above these levels or any level where it's going to be the new high. It's going to be a confirmation, and it's going to be like a continuation. This is an uptrend, this is a correction, and when you get the 4-point system, you're going to say the correction is over. Now we push for another leg up. Okay, in horizontal mindset, you need to hold 41.22 as support. Okay, again, where is liquidity? Right, remember, liquidity is going to be above the swing high, swing low. So I have liquidity up here, possibly some liquidity down here. I see the wicks, so a lot of people jumped in here. Okay, so you have some liquidity over there. Liquidity down here, 32, right? White correction phase. You push the other round, so you turn around. So there's a build of orders here. You get the idea. Every swing high and swing low are point of interest for you to know that it's going to be liquidity. So if it's coming down, try not to guess where it's going to turn around. Okay. So as the price is falling, don't try to say, oh, it's going to reverse here, I'm going to bid my long while it's in a downtrend. No, follow the trend. It's a downtrend, you go down. You don't try to guess where the reversal is going to be. Okay, don't do this. Trying to go with the flow. And if you see liquidity, try to keep it in mind and say, hey, I know there is liquidity down here, so why should I put my entry here and my stop loss there where it's going to handle liquidity down here? Try to get your entry on the liquidity, right? Another trick for you to remember, try to enter when everybody is getting kicked out. So if the majority of the traders, retailer traders, they're going to get kicked out on the stop losses on when the market is going to do liquidity grab, this is the moment that you want to enter, not before. Okay? Another little friendly advice or tip. So let me update this as well a little bit. So let me push that to the right. You have your levels. Lovely, nice, save. Now you have AVAX. Let's go to the next one. Who's next? Brett. Okay. Here they go on alphabetic order. So I cannot change that. So we're going to go straight line. So I don't want to miss anyone. Brett. Okay, let me expand that to the right. We're running out of space here. So let's give it some space. Lovely. So, range, and at the same time you have a small down channel. Could be. I mean, do we have a channel? Let's have a channel here. Kind of, we have a channel here. There it is. So, I have a channel. Now you're going to ask me, how come you have so many lines? What is this? It's the same principle with my horizontal lines and the distances. So let me give you the settings. Go to style. -25. Does it remind you something? Right? 25, 0, 25, 5, 75, 1, 125. Okay. So quarters again. Okay. Here you have it. So again, this I marked the trend. That was a deviation, small fake out, and then it came back to the range. Now it's trying to break again the channel. Right, the major lines of your channel is here. Okay, those thick lines. The thinner ones are extra 25% above and extra 25% below. Okay, so that is 0, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, minus 25 down here. Okay, so now you know. So here's your little down channel that is trying to break once again. Okay, so we're holding 60 cents as horizontal. What you have? A low, you have a first high high, you have a first high low. Okay, so what do you need? You need your your second high high. You want to come back. You need to find support on 60 cents. for you to get the second higher low and then push to the up. Okay, and when you break these previous highs at any moment, at any point where that's going to be, that is going to be a confirmed reversal, and you know that that accumulation or correction is a small, very boring correction. It's over and it wants to move higher. Okay, again, when you have a down channel, where is the liquidity? Liquidity is going to be down here, right? So you have liquidity here, 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 here. So all this area here is liquidity. Where's the above liquidity? Up here. What happened? Liquidity grab, right? It cleared all that liquidity. It's out. So it went for the down liquidity. That pushed it down. It cleared the liquidity. Now it's going to come up and target that area over here. So today, hopefully, or this week, we're going to see holding this level, claiming this level, and trying to attack this level because there's liquidity up there. Okay? Simple. I try to make it simple. I try to make it look easy and nice and practical and clean. I know that emotions will not let you see it as easy, but you need to be strict. You need to see the big picture. You need to see the details. You need to understand how the market is moving, and then all you have to do is have a plan. Do I have a confirmed reversal? Not yet. I need to have a confirmed reversal. So what I'm going to do, maybe I'm going to have a cheeky entry on my second higher low. If I don't want to be too risky with a trade, then I would like to see a confirmation of the 4-point system. As long as you have this, you're done. You're good, right? So keep things, your TA and your mindset nice and clean, and always think like spot, right? Don't think about leverage. People that love leverage, be my guest. I mean, you can do the same process over and over again with smaller, higher time frames. I'm using a high time frame. You're going to use smaller time frames. Okay, you're going to use, I don't know, maybe you're going to use the daily for you to mark the zones and then go down to 5 minutes. You can do that. It's fine. Okay, the principle is exactly the same. The only difference is going to be the levels, the distance of each level. Because I mark an impulse level, right? So my levels, my lanes are a little bit wider. But if you're going to use a daily range, your lanes are going to be more narrow. So you have more checkpoints, so to say, closer to you for you to make sure that you can trade in and out. Okay. Now the best time frame. What is the best time frame? Okay, let's talk about that. It's a small debate here. The best time frame is according to each trader's style. Okay, so if you let's say not a part-time trader, but you're trying to make your way into full-time trading, okay, that means you have some time on the front of your screen. So if you have some time on the front of the screen, then you have the freedom to go down to low time frames, and maybe you're going to watch the daily, the weekly, and then break them down because you've got a lot of time for you to spend. But if you kind of side hustling, I want to do, I want to experiment a little bit. I don't know if I know things, so let me try things. What are you going to do? You're going to go in a high time frame. You're not going to spend all the time on the charts, right? So you're probably going to look on the weekly, right? The 12 hours, 6 hours. You're going to go higher time frames. You're going to mark your levels and then say, hey, I see support here. I'm going to throw $50 here on the 2x leverage, and then I'll come back next week and see how he's doing. That's fine. If you want to be an investor, you go even higher. They go on a 1 month time frame, 2 months time frame, 6 months time frame, and want to see like whereabouts in the market they are. Are they on the top of the market or are they at the bottom of the market? Remember, the investors, they're buying the reds. As the market is bleeding on the bear market, they buy positions, right? And when the market's going to turn around, they're going to sit on their hands, do nothing. They're going to come back a year later, 2 years later, and they're going to come back and see if the market reached the top. If they've done, it's breaking all-time highs, and they're going to be in profit, they're going to decide to take off some of the profits and say, okay, it's going up. I'm X amounts, in profit. Let's take some. So, every push to the up, they may take 20% out. Okay, this is what investors do. Traders, it's a different race. if I may. So what's the best time frame? That is according to your style. What is your, what is your availability on the screen? Okay. Now, what is the most profitable time frame? Well, for me, I'm using like the 12 hours and 90 minutes. That's why you always see me, I'm starting my day with 12 hours for me to see what's going on, right? They say, oh, okay, all-time high, a big push to the down, okay. It was a well-known area, so people, traders knew this is the last known high. They don't know anything here. It's unknown territory, deep waters. They don't want to dive in the deep waters. So they came here, and what they've done, they took profit. That's why you see a major correction, right? It makes sense, right? Cool. So these little traders, they need to join us, right? They come and find me, and they need to enable the extensions. And now they don't need to be in deep waters. Now they have levels above, whereabouts, the next resistance may be. Right? No. I don't want all of them to know my secret. Do we? No. We need to hide a little secret here, right? Don't say anyone. Don't say it to anyone. We keep it to ourselves, right? We need to have an advantage into this market. Keep it secret. Right, okay, let me explain that to the right a little bit. Give it some room. Here we are. So yeah, this is what I do. I go to 12 hours and then I go down to 90. Right, I come down to 90 and I say, okay, I see you. We mark the channels, we mark the ranges. These are support. What do you need to see? I need, it was coming down, push up, come down. So that's my low. That's a new high input structure. I say, okay, hello, I see you, but I need to see a continuation. Okay, please, claim this level, try to attack higher, come down and break the 17 cents. And then if you break the 17 cents, then most likely I will believe that you're breaking out of that channel and you are trying to have another push up. Okay, next, save. Who's next? We've done Bitcoin. Let's have a look on dominance. They had a lot of volatility here. Hello, what is it doing? Okay, volatile. It's trying to push up and then it came down. When it was coming down, the L's were run. Bitcoin pushed one more time and then it came down again. So what do you understand here? That the Bitcoin is not dominant, right? It's dropping down. Okay, maybe it's going to continue, maybe, right? Maybe it's going to hold this line as a support, so to say. Okay, maybe it's going to lose it. We don't know. Mark the areas, see it, and plan accordingly. Now, if Bitcoin dominance is dropping, is a bad thing? No, it is not a bad thing. Doesn't mean if Bitcoin dominance is going to drop, doesn't mean that Bitcoin price is going to drop. No. What it means is how Bitcoin is dominant compared to the rest of the crypto space. So, is Bitcoin dominant against ETH and the alts or not? So this is the question. This chart is going to give you that is the answer to that question. Is Bitcoin dominant in the market? So now it was dropping. So it's telling you that Bitcoin, yes, it's moving, it's going higher. It doesn't mean it's going to drop, but the alts, the rest of the crypto space, they are overperforming Bitcoin. So you say, now I see that, dominance is dropping, so the alts will move. Okay, they have their own move. DEAI. Let's go to the next one. Right. Okay, let's have a look. I was looking for this token. It came to my attention last week, the week before, and I said, if I'll take a trade if it's going to hold and break above 74. So I saw that, and then it came down and lost it, and I'm like, no support yet, so I'm not interested yet. Okay, so I'm still waiting. It's on a downtrend. It gave this low, trying to reclaim, and we're like, okay, hello, I see you. What was that? Right, imbalance. Okay, there's some liquidity down here. Also liquidity above. So it cleared the imbalance, it pushed to the up, but it wasn't enough to stop the downtrend. We are still in a downtrend, okay? Still in a downtrend. So I see here that I got a low and a high low, but don't have a high yet. So that is possible your first high low, but you need to see a continuation to give you a high, right? And then come down to give you the second high low, and then the second high for you to be interested in that chart in the long run, okay? For you to go long. So far, still in a downtrend, okay? No longs. And if we're going to be interested for longs, it has to prove itself that it can claim 66 and claim 74, okay? That's how it is, right? Nice and simple. It is not ready yet. Go to the next one. Who's the next one? Doge. Hello, Doge. Let's have a look. I think I enabled the extensions on Doge because it went above my green line, okay? Here we are. We are above the green line. Doge, it was on the correction phase. And here's the question now. Do we see, this is a low, do we see a high low? Possibly, okay? So it needs to carry on and needs to stay above 44, okay? It has to come here, support, and then carry on. And then you're going to say, okay, I see my low, possibly my first high low. You're going to have your high, and then you're going to have your second high low, a cheeky entry. If it breaks previous structures and then attack this area, then you know you're going to have this nice, lovely range for you to trade. Okay? Why? Because liquidity stands here. So you know that it's going to grab here. You don't know if it's going to continue. So what are you going to do next when you're going to reach this areas? Most likely, one tactic is for you to take some profit out. I don't know, 80% out of it, 70% out of it. Leave the remaining 20 or 30%. It's up to you, right? And see if the price, it can go and claim 49 and stay above the line as a support and carry on. That will be the trick. Okay? If not, if it fails to, come above, it's going to come down, then you're going to short it. You're going to close that 30% and then you're going to short, come down to the next support. You have your plan A and plan B. Okay? Right, okay. Save. Let's go to the next one. ETH. We've seen ETH. Let's go to the one after. ETH Bitcoin. Okay, ETH Bitcoin. There's another chart now that I monitored as well. This one is going to give you an idea if ETH is going to overperform Bitcoin, right? Remember the other chart that we saw? It was Bitcoin dominance was dropping, right? So Bitcoin wasn't dominant. So it's giving you the idea that the rest of the crypto space is overperforming Bitcoin. Another question is, okay, is ETH one of them? And by the looks of it, it's not, right? ETH is not overperforming Bitcoin right now. It's still dropping, okay? So you have Bitcoin dominance dropping. You got ETH Bitcoin dropping, so it means ETH is not overperforming. So now you know it's the alts that they move, okay? Another little trick. Right, okay, next one. Giga. Giga. Let's have a look on Giga. We were watching that one on the previous week as well. Okay, so here it is. I marked my low, high, low. It was pushing up, high, low. Okay, and then no continuation. It needs to break structure for continuation, and it did not. It failed. It failed to break structure, so we're still in a downtrend, right? So no reversal. Try, but no reversal. So it was pushing to the down. It gave me equal lows, right? Equal lows. Clear the imbalance, liquidity attack. You can see that low, it's a little low, so it attacked that liquidity, and now it's trying to push up. So let me push the lines. Let me update the lines. Let me push that to the right. Let me push that to the right. Here we are. Okay, so it looks like Giga wants to reverse, right? It looks like it. Comes down, push up, comes down, push up, comes down, break structure. Hello, this is low. This is your first high, you broke structure, and your high-low. Then push for the up, second high, second high-low, and then you have equal lows. It's kind of a 4-point system, right? But it's not confirmed 100%. You're probably in with a cheeky entry with your second high-low, but you haven't broken structure. You need to break the second high. You need to go up further. Now, you're gonna be a little bit on fire, right? And you're like, okay, I got in with my cheeky entry. I'm supposed to see, the break of the previous highs. I don't see it. You're gonna be like waiting and see what's gonna happen next. But don't panic. Even if you got your cheeky entry, you know that you need to hold above the 50%, right? You need to hold 0037. Right? If it's going to break this, then it's going to be bad news. Okay? But if it's going to hold, you say, okay, I'm going to hold a little bit, hold until it's going to break it. Okay? Other people will say, hey, I don't want to risk. I don't want to be wandering around in a range. I rather wait for a confirmation. Wait for the break of structure. Right? The previous highs. If you break the previous highs, that will be a good sign. Technically, you need to claim 004. Okay? And if you claim 004, then it's good for you to go on Giga, right? Zoom out a little bit, and then you're going to say, okay, maybe this downtrend, this lovely downtrend, that correction is done, is over. Maybe we're going to push higher, right? And then you're going to enjoy a little bit, the distribution phase, right? You have range, manipulation, liquidity grab. Maybe now you're going to have the play of the distribution. It's not clear yet. It's not strong, but it's there. There's a possibility for that. Okay, so here's Giga for you as well. Okay, I updated the lines. Save. Next one. Who's next? Mog. Let's have a look at Mog. Hello. Mog is looking to flip 048. Okay, why is that? Because it claimed this level. It's stay above this level, still holding, right? Pretty close. And then we have this deviation. And we're like, oh my god. Right? That is a manipulation. Deviation, and it reclaimed 048. So again, we come to that conclusion that 048, it looks like it's going to be like a strong support. Let me expand that to the right a little bit. Here we are. Go to 90 minutes, have a look, what Mog is doing, right? It's an uptrend, but a bit slowed down, okay? Some volatility. Now, maybe the traders are not interested in Mog, so they dumped a little bit Mog for something else. They're going to come back later, okay? So it's accumulation, small deviation here, small manipulation. He went, under the range. He's back into the range, okay? Another little trick that you can do for you to monitor between 248 and 270, you can bring the gangster fib, but this time you're going to use a template only number 2, right, which is only the 50%. And for you to be bullish, you need to see, let me fix this as accurate as possible, as close as possible for the time being. This is like an exercise here now. So here we are. As close, right, 57, 56, 2024, it's not a big deal. I want the price to be above the 50% for me to be bullish. Okay, I need to see that it claims this level and then attack this level and then claim this level and then carry on. Okay, you can use that little trick as well. You need to, the 50% is a big level. Okay, always a significant level. So you need to see, if price is going to be bullish, you need to claim this 50%. Well, you know that you claim the 48, and before you're gonna claim the 270, you need to claim the 260. Right? It makes sense. It's like a ladder. You have to go one by one. Okay, here it is. Mog updated for you on the 90 minute. You can go down to 45, it's up to you. We're gonna have a close look of it. Save, it's done. Right, who's next? Is that OM? OM, another big mover. Okay, we need tokens that they move. Right, okay, let's expand the lines to the right. Let's have a look a little bit on the 12 hour, what it's doing. Look at that, right? Ooh, look at that. Pushing, and then we had the major up. Now you know that's going to do some correction, right? Why? Too many imbalances. It has to come down to clear the imbalance. At the same time, while it's doing the rebalance, it's creating liquidity up here, and there's a lot of liquidity down there. Is it going to come, when it's going to clear the imbalance, do you believe that's going to come all the way down here to grab liquidity, or is it more likely to come up here? Maybe, if Bitcoin is still bullish, which we still are bullish, I think the next target will be up here to clear the liquidity, okay? Possibly. We're going to see. I'm not trying to guess here, not trying to forecast, but trying to understand that the markets move from liquidity to imbalance, imbalance to liquidity. Okay, so go down to 90 minutes. You have your levels all marked up, nice and clean. What do you have? You have a small, slow down channel. Okay, so let me grab the channels. Here's your channel. Okay, here's your channel. So you are on the top of the channel and hitting resistance. Okay, you have two options. Either you're gonna short it because still in the correction phase, or you're gonna wait to claim levels and go long for the longer run. Okay, always go with the flow. If it's gonna reverse, see the signs. Okay, here we are. That is OM for you. Next, another trick. Okay, let's go back to OM. Let's do it another. Let's bring the indicators up. Let's bring the bad boys here. Go on the 12 hours. Let's have a look on the 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours. All right, what do I see? Stochastic RSI wants to cross up. Interesting. Interesting. What do I see? RSI trying to correct itself, right? It's trying to turn around. It's not on an uptrend. Well, it is an uptrend, but this is a major correction now. Is it time to push higher? Maybe. Okay, I mean, let me do this. Here we are. So, is it time to find support and push up RSI? Possibly. Okay, so on the 12 hour, good signs, bullish. Let's go down to smaller time. Let's go 6 hours. Ooh, at the very bottom, trying to turn around. That's a good sign. 19 minutes. Okay, it's trying to push one more time. Okay, let's go back to 6 hours, 3 hours. Let's have a look on 3 hours. Okay, 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours are looking bullish. The 19 minute, it's just a faster cycle, so it's gonna go up a little bit and then, you know, come back to hold support, right? And then you're gonna have RSI coming down. And then when you hold, when RSI is gonna come down, you have a cross up and you're still holding 362, that's a bullish side. That will be good. Maybe mortgage is gonna be cooking up. Okay, so now you have the indicators to help you up a little bit on a higher time frame. Okay, 12 hours. I love 12 hours. I respect 12 hours. Okay, so maybe OM is going to do another push. It's cooking. Okay, it just needs a little bit more time. It needs to stay above 362. Okay, next. Who's next? Punky. Hello, Punky. Okay, some extensions here. I enabled the extensions up to the green line, and you can see that it went all the way up to yellow and then fall down. Rejection to these levels. Rejection to these levels. You know, it got rejected, but it fall down. It got rejected, it fall down. Okay, so these lines are working for me very nicely. I will not change for the world. It's exactly the same principle that we do in the whale room as well. You know, we mark the highs and the lows, and then we mark the 50. I just add more extra lanes. It's a secret. Right, okay. Point game, still on a downtrend. You need to see holding 58 if you want to be bullish. Okay. You need to see if did it clear imbalance. That was a huge imbalance. I assume it cleared the imbalance. It took some liquidity from here as well. Okay, that was a massive move, so there was be an order block. So order block, massive orders underneath, stop losses. Okay, so you have a liquidity here, liquidity there, you have a liquidity there, you push into the up, so it came down to attack liquidity, right? If I draw a line, you can see that it went below the lows, right? So it attacked the liquidity. So what next? Well, we need to see this is as a low. This is a 19-minute now, so I need to see this as a low, a new high, but it's not a high. No, okay. And now you have a new high low, and you just need to see a continuation. You need to see that you're gonna hold, right? You need to hold this support and then come up and at least break the previous highs, right? And if you claim this level, then maybe you're gonna say, oh, you know what I see that it claimed two levels. You know, it's breathing high highs, high lows. It broke the previous structure. Maybe it's going to come down, retest that structure, and then claim the 64, and then I will go long. And then that downtrend, that correction maybe is over. Okay? don't try to guess to be at the lowest. Okay, it's not going to be always the case. It's okay for you to enter here for long, right? Don't feel bad if someone is bragging and say, "Oh, I got it from 58." How did he know? He didn't know. He was guessing, right? You don't want to do that, okay? Oh look, I got it down here. I knew it. You knew nothing, right? Why? I'll tell you why. Because the only fact that is solid is that the market is a random walk. It can go up, it can go down. You cannot see where the market's going to go. So you cannot tell me you knew it. You knew nothing, okay? We're trying to find probabilities, high possibilities, good setups, good trades, confirmed trades. We need to go with the trend. If you hold these rules and be disciplined, I'm telling you, you're going to be profitable. And you're not going to be guessing and say, "Oh, I knew it." You knew nothing, okay? Right, okay. 1 second, I'll do a small break and I'll come back for you. Right, okay. So this is Ponke. This is this is what you need to think. Okay, you don't need to gamble. You don't need to try to guess, and because a lot of people they're trying to guess on his way down, right? And they say, "Oh, this is it. Look at that big major push. We're going up, right?" And then it comes down, got kicked out. They're not going to come back and say, "Oh, you know what? I was trying to get in, but no, I got kicked out." And they never say the negative things, right? And then they're going to try one more time. No, this is it. This is the low. This is the bottom. We go in. It goes up. They see a nice move. They got all hyped up. Then you can see that he's losing momentum. He lost the level, and it comes down, and then he got kicked out. They're never going to come back and say to you, "Oh, I was trying to get in," right? They're never going to say that. Okay. They only come up. They're going to come up to you or to me or to everyone and say, "Oh, I got it here," when the price is going to be up there, right? When they're going to know that it's been reversed, and then trying to brag about that they got it as low as possible. But they're not going to brag about the previous 2 stops or 3 stops. Okay, it's not bad for you to try and trying to grab low. I understand that. In the end of the day, it's price difference. You're trying to go as low as possible for you to get as high as possible, and you measure the distance. That was give you the profit. I understand this, but don't try to guess where is going to be the bottom. No, get confirmed. You don't want to gamble, right? You don't want to gamble with your money. If you want to gamble, go to casino. You probably have high chances, right? These markets do not play around. If you are ignorant and you don't know what are you doing, and you don't have principle, you don't have rules, you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, you don't know your levels, you don't know what candles are, how they're moving. If you don't monitor all these things and you don't have, like a checklist, I need to do this, I need to do this before I do this. You need to have a checklist. If you go just randomly, it's going to be out of luck if it happens for you to be profitable. Okay, maybe you're gonna have like 1 winning trade out of 10. You're not gonna brag about that one trade, aren't you? Well, they do. I promise you, they do. They're not gonna talk about the 9 failures. They're gonna talk about the 1 win. Okay, but I doubt it if they have this kind of mentality. I doubt it if they're gonna, that 1 win to cover all the losses. Less likely. So don't gamble, guys. Don't gamble. It's your own money. It's hard earned money for some people. Other people may have easy access to money. For those, I don't know, it's down to them. It's their money. They can do whatever they want. Okay, no financial advice here. But for these people that they try to invest their own, hard earned money, you don't want to throw the money. Okay, this is not a charity. The markets are not a charity, and they're not going to give you money easily. And you're also not a charity. You're not going to throw the money. Because if you're going to lose money, and you're going to lose money, I suggest you go to your local community and try to help people. You're going to throw the same amount of money, but at least you're going to help somebody else. Here in the markets, who are you going to help when you're losing money? No one. You just help others to become more richer, right? That's not the point. If you're going to throw money, go to local community and find someone. They say, okay, who's in need here? Who doesn't, needs support? Who needs a job? Who needs, I don't know, help with a house? Okay, you don't have electricity or something. Here's your $100. Pay your bill, have some electricity because it's cold outside. You're going to do more good, right? So don't gamble. Okay, guys? This is a friendly advice. Friendly advice, okay? I'm trying to be honest with you guys. Right, okay. This point came for you. Not a reversal. You're still in a downtrend. You need to claim or hold support and then go higher for you to get a reversal. And if you like trend lines, okay, you can have your trend line. And what do you want to see? You want to see that the price is going to come up, right? Come down and then break. So if you get this kind of action, which is going to be the 4-point system, technically what it is the break of the trend, retest of the trend, and continuation. Okay, you need to see continuation. Right, okay. Next one. Who's next? Popcat. Hello, Popcat. One of my favorites. Okay, Popcat still in the downtrend. Lovely. Okay, still in the downtrend. Excuse me. Okay, it cleared that imbalance. It pushed all the way up, create more imbalances. It pushed more further up, came down, grabbed some liquidity down here. Okay, all this liquidity down here has been cleared. All done, all gone. The only liquidity that is left over is down here, under the 119. Okay, so it's clearly still in the downtrend, still correcting. I mean, let's have a look. Let's go to 12 hours. What Popcat is doing? Hello. It's always pushing. Okay, it needs some correction. It's fine. You can see that you have a nice steady up move to the up, small candles, which means, you know, steady pace, and then you see bigger candles, bigger waves. That means volatility, right? So you have big, you know, trades going on here. I'm not going to say wells, but I'm going to see like experienced traders, retailers, they're all trying to push up and down. Okay. So this is the late people that are trying to enjoy these kind of action, and they're expecting that, you know, it's going to continue like this. No, Popcat has other plans. So okay, Popcat needs to rebalance. It needs to come down a little bit. Okay, that's the next, you know, support and liquidity under here. So you have a liquidity zone. So let me do this here for you with a box. So here's your liquidity zone. Okay, so if I do this liquidity pool, here it is. You have a liquidity pool down here, even further down. Okay, so maybe it wants to attack that liquidity. Maybe. Okay, so it's still in the downtrend. Wait to see a direction change. Okay, there is some imbalance. It cleared the imbalance. A little bit, you know, it cleared it. So it may hold 140. Okay, it may hold 140. But for you to see that it's holding, you need to see that it's holding like 140 and then claiming the 150 and then carry on to give you like the break of structure, right? The break, the retest, and then the continuation. Okay, but so far still in the downtrend, not looking for longs yet for Popcat. I'm gonna wait for it. Okay, so let me bring the indicators on the 12 hour. Let's bring the big boys here. Okay, I like that. Okay, volume is dropping. Okay, either side volume is dropping. Okay, ASO dropping. Most likely, possibly, is trying to tell you that maybe it cannot go any further down. So maybe 140 is a support line. You have a cross up on the 12 hour. That's not bad. Okay. Okay. All it needs now is volume. It needs people to come in, right? That's all it needs. So Popcat needs to give a support for other people to get convinced to jump in. Okay. So you need to hold 140, okay, and then claim 150 as well. When you see, you know, moving away 140 and claiming 150 and you know, you treat 150 as a support, and then maybe you have a reversal. Okay, so maybe it's going to be a good time for you to jump in. Okay, cool. Now we know about Popcat as well. Okay, you have a plan, and also, I mean, if I zoom out a little bit, do we have a trend line? Like a big trend line here. Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. Here it is. I mean, a little bit thicker for you. So you have a small deviation here. You know, that trend line is from August. So you have 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches with a deviation as well, 4 touches, 5 touches. So This is a solid trend line. Okay, it has 5 touches. It's good. It's got a data from all the way back from August, so it's not a small trend line. It's not a new trend line. Okay, it's almost 5-month trend line. So, well, no, 3 months. 3 months, almost 4. So, it's not a new trend line. So, most likely, it wants to hold here as a support, right? Every time you're going to touch the trend line from above, you need to treat this area as a support. So, you have you have a lot of things going on together. You have the indicators, you have the trend lines, you have the horizontals. I see a strong support here, a small deviation, took some liquidity here, in balance as well there. So, you got 2-in-1 action here. So possibly 140 is a good line for you to monitor, but still in a downtrend, right? You don't have a reversal. Okay, be careful. Now you know. We all know. 90 minutes. Go back to the smaller time frame. Here it is. How long is the video? Already 1 hour. I apologize for that. 1 hour long videos. Here we are. PopCap. Let's go to the next one. Sand. Sand is moving. Hey, hello there. Hello there. You see all the bad boys from the previous cycles, they start moving. Okay. Now, is it a good time for you to enter? Hell no. Okay. Why? We don't change the pumps. We monitor them and we wait for a deep correction like this. You see, it did a correction. Here we are. It failed to climb up on this level, came down as a support. It fell, it came down, finding new support, and then trying to push up. So that was a nice correction. Now it's doing another correction. It came here, hit the top. It cannot manage to stay above. It's coming down. It lost that level. What level that is? 79 cents. Do you want me to bring this closer to you? That's why I'll bring that closer to you. Here it is. So this is a 3 hour. Let's go to the 90 minutes. Let's bring the numbers closer to us so we can see. So here we are. We lost the 79 and we are targeting the 72. Okay. And there is some imbalances here. So let's see how far it goes. Ideally, I don't want to see Sand to fall under 66 because it's going to break structure big time. Okay. If it wants to come down to 72 and hold support and then carry on, that's still bullish, still good. If not, I would not like to see below 66 because that was resistance. Okay, so I can be, let Sand to be a little bit deeper, come down to 66, but I would like to hold that as a support. If you lose that, maybe a safety net, something like that. Okay, clear the imbalance. It did, right? So let's see, if it's gonna turn around. Okay, so wait for that. Bring the indicators up. Let's have a look on the indicators on the 12 hour. Okay, maxed out. Okay, not a good time for enter. Okay, it's been over the extreme. Yeah, I'm gonna be very, very cautious with it. I'm gonna be very, very careful, right? I always like, if an uptrend and you are bullish, I always look on the 12 hours, 3 things. I need stochastic RSI to be as low as possible on the oversold area, printing a cross up under the 10 ideally. Okay, this is a 10 line, so I need to have a cross up under that ideally. Also, I would like to have RSI as low as possible. So if you zoom out a little bit, you can see that the lowest, it was all the way back in August. The next lowest part, let me do an horizontal, is up here on the level of 29. So you can remember the lowest, the local lowest, right? The recent September, October, November, that was the point that was the lowest. So you need to combine these two. Stochastic RSI to be at the lowest with a cross up, RSI to be at the lowest as possible, as low as possible, and turning around. And the third thing that I'm watching is my ASO. Okay, here's my ASO. Let me clear the drawings here. I don't like to have a messy drawing, so let me clear my brushes inside the stochastic RSI. So the next thing that I'm watching is the ASO. Here's the ASO. The third condition, I love to enter when I have a cross up, when RSI is turning around, and when I have ASO gray above and losing steam. Okay, it's telling me that it cannot go any lower. So when you have the gray above, it's telling you kind of like the sellers are in control and they're trying to push the price down. That's why the gray is increasing. But when it's losing steam and it cannot go any higher, the gray line, it means that the price cannot go any lower, that the sellers are losing steam and dropping. Okay, they're losing power, they're losing momentum. And you see stochastic RSI pushing, RSI pushing, ASO dropping, price, hallelujah. Okay, this is what I usually watch. This is what I see. Now, is it the right time? No. It is overextended. Let it come down. Let it come down a little bit, maybe all the way down to 66. We will see. We'll see. Not trying to guess, but I would like to say, I would like to see holding 72 and maybe possibly 66. Right after that, when I see reversal, I'll be interested. Right now, it's overheated. Now retailers are trying to jump in. Okay, am I a retailer? No. I'm not a retailer. So here we are. Okay, Sun, safe. Next. Who's next? Sheep. Let's go very quickly. Okay, it was ranging. It pushed up, trying to stay above. It did not. It fell. It came down again. Now it's again. The question is, will it be able to break above 002? Okay, resistance. So you need to break out of that range. You see that green line as a range. Okay, so here's your big range. Even that line as well. I mean, here it is. So here's your big range and here's your 50%. You are above the 50%. Bullish. Okay, what do I need? I need to stay out of that range and above, please, for me to be interested on SHIB. Okay, but as long as you're sitting out, above the 50% of the range, it's quite bullish. Small deviation, but it reclaimed quickly. Now it needs to attack this resistance to break out of the range. That's how simple it is. Next, Solana. Hello, Solana. I'm activating, okay, the third extension, and that is extra the blue lines. The yellow lines are extension 2, blue lines extension 3. So Solana broke above extension 2, so I enable extension 3, and you can see that it could not pass 263. Shh, secret. Don't tell anyone. We have extensions. We can see the possible next resistances. You have, I'm not going to say crystal ball, but you have an advantage. Okay? Use it. Right, okay, cool. So it's coming down and it's trying to attack that 50%, right? So that was a huge resistance, right? It failed to stay above, so that was a huge resistance. Break it, now it's retesting that 50%, and we want to stay above that 50%. It's holding above 248. Is it going to hold above 252? We'll see. Are we going to hold above 252? Please. Right? This is a low. Equal high did not break structure. Came down. It gave you a high low. Now you need to have high highs. I don't have high highs. This is like moment. Right? Trying to reverse, but you're running out of steam. Still in a downtrend. Okay? Okay? Roughly. There it is. Here you have it. Okay? So still in a downtrend. Still correcting. We want to stay above 244. Right? And now you have extra 2 levels for you to monitor. 248, 252. Okay? If it's losing, I mean, look at these highs are getting lower and lower. It did not break structure. Either you're going to lose 252 and go to 48, or maybe you're going to lose again the 248 and then go down to 44. You have the levels. Pay attention. Have a good close eye on it. Okay? Solana, save. Good. Next one. Sui. Hello, Sui. How you doing today, Sui? You're not looking very good, aren't you? Are you sick? I am. I have a runny nose today and a very bad voice. Right, okay, cool. I'm drinking my tea, guy. Sorry, but I'm here. Anyway. Right, okay, here we are. You see, again, the same principle. When you have big resistances, you want to hold this as support. You lost it. You're like, bugger. Who's the next one? Resistance, support. We want to hold here. Small deviation here. Okay. Attacking the liquidity down here. Okay. So what do you want to see from Sui now? Holding this as support. Looks like it. Okay. Went up. come down and bounce. So what do you have? A low, right? You don't have a high high, but at least you have a high low. So what you want? You want to break this. Come up, break the previous structure, okay? Come down, give you the second high low. You always look to the left. You need to make sure that you're breaking structure, right? So on a downtrend, have a vertical line, right, as a help. This is the point that it wants to turn around, okay? So before my vertical line, where was the previous high? Okay, the last high before my vertical line. This is it. So this is the trick that I do, right? I used to teach that as well for the newbies, right? So if it's a downtrend and you suspect this is going to be, let's say, the point of turn, have a vertical line, right? This is the lowest, so here's my vertical line, okay? I need to see my previous highs. That's my previous high, okay? Let me get the path tool. Top, push to the down, push to the up, push to the down, push to the up, push to the down, push to the up, right? Push to the down, push to the up, push to the down. So where's my last high? That one. Okay, that's my last high. Okay, so I need to break the structure. If Sui wants to turn around, he has to break these previous highs. Okay, yes, I got a low. Let me remove that vertical line. So yellow line, let me put a little note, has to break previous with a V high. Okay, here we are. Has to break the previous high. So I see a low, I see a high low, high, yeah, in a small run I do see a high, but I haven't broke the previous structure. I have to break the structure, okay, for me to get convinced that it wants to turn around. So far, resistance, no longs yet. No, I see you, but you don't convince me. You're still in the downtrend. So, am I looking for longs? No. Am I looking for shorts? Maybe if I'm go to a smaller time frame, enjoy myself from 347 all the way down to 326 and try to trade this range. Be my guest. You can do it a smaller time frame. Have fun. Okay. But if you want to wait for the longs, you have to wait. It's a waiting game. Sui, wait for the longs. You have to break structure. Get confirmations. Don't try to go blind. Ton, hello there, Ton. How you doing? Okay. Gray lines, my normal gangster flip. Yellow lines, extension 2. Blue lines, extension 3. So let me expand that to the right a little bit. Give us some more space, please. You two, move. Here we are. So Tone had a major move. Huge imbalance, right? A lot of liquidity up here now. Why? Because all these people dumped, right? They took profits, and then you have other people that they're shorting the market. So you have entries, and above here you have the stop losses, right? Or liquidation prices. So liquidity is up here. It came down to clear the imbalance, and now you have two possible areas. You have a liquidity up here, and you have a liquidity down here. Which way is going to go? Well, you have to hold the 50%. You have to hold the red line. As long as holding here, and then it's going to push higher, claiming new levels, then it's going to target the liquidity above. Okay? So far, what do you have? A high? You have a high low compared to this one, but you don't have a high yet. Has a long way to go. Okay? You have a first high low. You need a second high low for you to say, okay, I may get a cheeky entry, but I'm going to be very cautious because we haven't broken structure. It has a lot of, that is imbalance as well. So it may come to clear the imbalance and then drop again. So that's why you need to be very careful. If you're not breaking structures, it's like not risky, but you need to be very cautious. All right? You cannot get in and let it run and be unattended. Nope. Right? It's a baby trade. You need to watch that. Okay, so Tone is finding resistance 615 and possibly holding 604 as a support. Right? So it's going to do a small range here. Accumulation, possibly. The longer it stays here and holding support, the better. So he's doing for you. Next one. Next one, XLM. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was another move. We enable extensions to above the green line in way to unknown deep waters for the majority of the people out there. Not for me and us. No, no, no. I enable my extensions and look at that. Look at that. Bingo. I'm good. I'm good. Right, so what do you have? You have this high. You broke all these low structures coming down. Technically, you have a high, technically, or equal. Let's say equal lows here. You have a high, you go a low, a higher low, or equal low, right? And trying to push up. Did it break structure? No. Did it give me a high? No. But it gave me a new higher low, right? So this is my low. This is my first higher low. Did it break and give you a high? Right? Not on this turn, not on this one. Equal highs. Okay? And that high did not break this high. And you're like, okay, squeezy, flag. You can see the little flag here. Where's the wind? Okay? So here's your little post here. Here's your flag. It's not a pirate flag, right? It's the old triangle flags that I had in the castles. So you have a flag here, and now you say, okay, which way we're gonna go? Is it bull flag or is it bear flag? You cannot name it until you see the break. Okay, unfortunately, a lot of people say, oh, this is a bull flag. How do you know? How do you know that it's a bull flag and not a bear flag? You don't know. You need to see the breakout because it may break above or it may break below. So instead of trying to guess the name of the flag, just see a flag and wait for the breakout. Simple as that. You break above, I'm going to name you, I'm going to give you the label of a bull flag. Break it below, I'll give you the name of bear flag. It doesn't change, it's a flag. So what are you going to focus on, the name of the flag or which way is it going to go? No, I don't care the name. I care that I need to see, my levels. So this is my support. It's trying to claim this as a support. Is it going to claim this as a support? Because so far it's acting as resistance. Okay, so that was resistance. Oops, that was a resistance. That was resistance. Is this going to be a support? Okay, if yes, because that was a resistance as well, right? So that's classified as resistance. Is this time going to turn around and treat it as a support? If yes, then it, most likely it's going to break, from above. Okay, and then you're going to be more than happy to call it a bull flag, and then you're going to have the other guy. Yeah, I knew it. I've told you it was a bull flag. Yeah, 50% of the times you're going to be right, because either it's going to be a bull flag or it's going to be a bear flag. So 50% of the times you're going to be right. Doesn't mean you knew it. Okay, it's just out of pure luck. This is how I see it. You may disagree with me. It's fine. It's very healthy for you to disagree with me. This is what we call democracy, right? Demokratia in Greek. Republic or democracy, whatever. So, okay, let me bring the lines a bit closer. Too far away, 1,000. Now, come down to 400. You're going to be okay. Here we are. Be closer to me. Don't go too far away. I'm lonely. Come here. Right, okay. So here you have the prices. So what do you need? You need to see XLM holding support above 0.53. Okay? And that's it for me today, guys. It's been a long video, but we've seen a lot of tokens. We spoke about the, the rules, the discipline that you need to see, the overview of the market, high time frames like 12 hours, go down to 45 minutes, 90 minutes, smaller time frame, day trading. We've seen all of them. It's Monday today, so the experienced traders will not trade today as such, because I want to see how the Monday range is going to be formed, and then from Tuesday, from tomorrow, maybe we're going to see some movement. This is from the experienced traders. The Bitcoin is not dominant, so the alts will move, and we know that ETH is not going to move because it's not dominant against the Bitcoin. We've seen that. Okay, let me bring the cash flow chart. Okay, just a bonus. Give me the bonus here. Just before I go, let's have a look a little bit the cash flow chart, which I have 6 charts altogether. Bitcoin on the top left, Bitcoin dominance on the right, total 1 on the middle section. We broke the all-time high. This blue line is all-time high. We broke it. We're above 3 trillion. On the previous cycle, we topped at 3 trillion. Right now, we're above. That's why we know retailers are here. Okay, T3 It broke the previous highs, but not the all-time high. It's way below. Excuse me, below all-time high. Here's the all-time high, 1.1. So the alts have a long way to go. Okay, so Bitcoin has, the crypto space in general, has broke the previous record of 3 trillion. And when the previous cycle, the crypto space was 3 trillion, the alts, because T3 is only alts, not with Bitcoin, not with Ethereum, it's without it. Okay, so it's only alts. It reached 1.1. Right now, we're under that. So we haven't broke the all-time high for the alts. So alts have more space, room to move. Tether dominance is dropping. That means people are exchanging, Tether into the alts, or major or minors. It doesn't matter. It means they deploy the Tether, they exchange the Tether, they sell the Tether to buy altcoins, okay, or crypto space or whatever that is. And Dixie is increasing. Okay, we were expecting that Dixie is the value of dollar is going to increase after the elections, and we've seen that after the elections, it's going up and up and up and up, and that is going against the direction of Bitcoin. Remember, these two guys, Bitcoin and Dixie, they go opposite. If Dixie goes down, Bitcoin goes up. Now you have both going up. You can understand the manipulation that when dollar is going up, increasing up, the value of Bitcoin should go lower. But when you see the value of Bitcoin going up, then you understand there is a manipulation in a good way. Okay, they're pushing a lot of money inside Bitcoin to stop printing the opposite direction of Dixie. And not only that, they not neutralize Bitcoin price, because you could see accumulation when Dixie was going up, you expecting Bitcoin to drop. So a good manipulation is to keep Bitcoin stable, right? That is a good manipulation. When you see pumping, that is a great manipulation, a huge manipulation. So they knew that Dixie is going to go higher. They knew that Bitcoin is going to drop. Why? Because we compare Bitcoin against dollar. So if dollar is getting stronger, guess what's going to happen on Bitcoin? It's going to get weaker. But no, what are they doing? They're pushing. So it's a huge amount of money they're pushing into Bitcoin, right? For Bitcoin to print higher and Dixie at the same time to print higher. So after the elections, the market is pushing up, okay? So obviously we're going to have some correction. You can see here dominance is dropping, okay? It means now Bitcoin, yes, it can carry on, move to higher, but it's not going to be dominant. That's a different story, okay? It's just telling you that other tokens, they're going to overperform Bitcoin right now, okay? And because we checked the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, the pair, we've seen Ethereum dropping. It means, okay, if Bitcoin dominance is dropping, Ethereum is not overperforming Bitcoin, so then who's overperforming? Yeah, the alts. Okay, anything apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the alts are moving. So that's it for me today, folks. I hope you have a good day. We're going to speak soon again. And be safe out there. Now you know the market, you know the strategy, you know what to look out. Be careful, and I'll see you around. Take care.